business report. Our presentations have three main parts. Firstly is the financial analysis from 2021 to 2023. The second is the initial decisions after we analysis and after we receive more information about the next 2 years, we will have the final decisions. Firstly is the financial analysis. We will go through the vertical and horizontal analysis. This is the vertical or the common size analysis. As we can see, the cost of goods sold is nearly equal the revenue, which is the main cause of the very small gross profit. Although the financial expense and the administrative expense dominated only approximately 2%, but it can the profit, the net profit can see the positive results from this is the horizontal analysis, or we call the trend analysis, and we can see the net revenue is increased in 2022, but rapidly decreased to 66% in 2023. This reflects that the Vietnamese is trapped in a dangerous cycle about the cash flow. They continue to winning little bit, and the reason for that strategy is that they need the immediate cash to cover their operating expense and the cost. Moreover, the cost of the revenue is recognitions in process of completions method, which means that their revenue could be estimated optimistic overly, and that will push the revenue and the profit forward as the phantom profit, but in reality it's only deteriorates the profit, and other problems. We can see that the administrative expense is increased rapidly in 2022, reflects the growth of uncontrolled expense. As this is the reasons of the struggle. This is the result of the struggle in the governance model as a family-run model, and all of this create a huge net loss in the profit or loss statement, and nearly wipe out the shareholder equity, as we can see in the next analysis about the S statement of financial positions. From SOP, we can conclude that the current financial situation is completely unsustainable. From SOP in vertical analysis, in the periods of 2021 and 2023, short-term asset account for 1/5, but the quality decreased sharply. Cash was almost gone in total assets. Receivable increased by more than half, and bad debt provision were nearly 20% of total assets. Inventory decreased because of project delay, while
while unfinished production and business costs decreased sharply due to the decline in construction activity. Liability increased to almost equal total asset, with a short-term debt account for 99% in 2023, because the company could not pay long-term debt. The bank will process to transfer long-term debt to short-term and interest payable accumulated, reflecting serious financial pressure. Owners' equity fell to only 1% of total asset, meaning the company had almost lost all its real capital. From SOFP in a horizontal analysis, liquidity crisis, cash decreased by over 70%. Short-term investment has to be liquidated to cover the shortfall. Account receivable has fallen due to developers' inability to pay. Debt to issue, short-term debt decreased very little, while accrual interest nearly tripled in 2023, showing the company's struggle to repay principal and interest. Finabil faced an imminent going concern break. The financial structure is destroyed, liquidity is gone, costs are out of control, and aggressive account practice have masked the true extent of the losses. Next to profitability ratio was presented by
Lúc nào bấm quay như
Okay.
bạn nhớ để Hải chuẩn bị.
Select a profitability ratio. The first is gross profit margin. Will appear to be performing more steadily than company A, vastly due to its revenue recognition across under VAS 15. However, despite a slight recovery in 2023, its efficiency remains below the industry average and still needs improvement. Select a net profit margin, rising interest cost, asset, and misstatement simply hurts profitability, while weaker management and internal conflict cause suffering expense. Compared with company ABW facing a profit crisis mainly driven by suffering financial and interest expense. Next year, return on equity, low PAT, and the near elimination of equity leads to a declining and negative return on equity, indicating the company in ability to generate return from its capital. Internal government conflict has disrupted financial decision making and cost control, leaving the company unable to respond effectively to the risk. Select year return on assets and return on fixed assets, high unfinished project and bad debt reduce asset efficiency, while heavy interest and provision make return on assets and return on fixed assets negative under VAS 16 capital line borrowing cost in 2021 inflation return on assets with expand interest in 2022 to 2023 cost cycle. The next year liquidity ratio. The first year current ratio as the ratio designed from 118% in 2021 to 82% in 2023 is indicates that Vietnamese short-term liquidity and has been little resting and the rate of financial imbalance has increased significantly. Select a quick ratio as the ratio drops sharply from 102% to 65%, which is below the industry average of 75%. It indicates that Vietnam is facing difficult in collecting receivable and maintain cash flow, leading to the high risk of immediate liquidity sources. So next is efficiency ratio.
About efficiency ratio, Vietnam efficiency ratio indicates a stable deterioration in working capital management, raising inventory day and receivable day together with declining total assets and fixed assets turnover. Slower cash conversions, higher access yield time, and weak operation efficiency. The issues stem from the real estate market freeze, project delays, and prolonged customer payment cycle, with a significant lengthens in the company cash conversion cycle. Compared with competitor A's and industry average, VW collects cash more slowly, pay later, and utilize asset less efficiency, highlighting serious cash flow risks. In summary, VW efficiency ratio have a signal measures of working capital increase and critically shows low operations efficiencies. The next is store receipts and leverage ratio. About VW efficiency, about VW's store receipts and leverage ratio reveals an extremely flexible financial structure. With the debit ratio approaching nearly 1 and the debt per equity jumping more than 160 times, the company is almost entirely financed by debt, and while shareholder equity has been eroded by loss accumulated through loans. And the negative interest coverage ratio shows that the VW cannot generate enough profit to survive its interest obligations, indicating loss of financial autonomy. Compared with competitor A's and industry average, VW leverage is far beyond safe level, pointing to highest solvency risk and potential going concern issue. In summary, VW's solvency ratio reflects a several financial imbalance and a critical risk of default.
And after that analysis, we will see that the VW is struggle with the sector remains unstable. The second is they struggle with the poor governance and internal conflicts about the family-run model, and risk of bankruptcy. The fourth is the inability to generate the positive cash flow, and the final final problems that is the severe financial imbalance. So our first decisions is not investment in this company. Comes to the when we receive more information about the 2022 and 2025, 2024 and 2025, that Vinaville will have the profit from non-core operations. And we assume that the operating cash flow of this company is not secure and cannot maintain in long term. The second information is that the outstanding bondholder debt and social insurance liability, this reflects that they are not fulfilled the fundamental obligations with the labor and the bondholders. And the last one is the successions by the founder's son, Middelbing Sons, that reflects the corporate governance risk remains unaddressed, and this model has previously led to the uncontrolled costs and aggressive strategies. So the final decisions is not to invest in Vinaville despite a superficial return of profitability, because this is a positive financial signal. This only positive financial signal is unstable, and that does not resolve the deep root structure and governance risk. And that is the last part of our presentations. Thank you for listening.